Obviously, I myself am a language coach. I have been working in this industry since 2014. And, through my experience of recently working with language coaches to elevate their brands, to stand out and really understand, what their business is about and be able to really communicate that clearly, I realized the same issues were coming up in every single language coach that I was encountering and essentially working with. And these were also, funnily enough, the exact same issues that I myself also experienced. And I didn't have a place to go to ask questions about it, because any language conference I was going to, any, kind of event you could call it, this one topic was never being discussed, which is about, valuing yourself, getting paid what you're worth, and this whole topic around money and why the industry standard is really low. And I say this because also, in going through and now being a consultant, in going after bigger contracts in my speaking engagements, through my work with other language apps, brands, etc., I've encountered a bit of a struggle on this journey of essentially negotiating my worth and negotiating, how much pay I should receive, knowing my value, because of the standard that exists. And as I said in my video, because when you go to any type of language school, course, you look at what companies are offering as compensation for teachers, educators, etc., it is extremely low. And the reason why I want to organize this mastermind is because this is something we need to be talking about. And not only talking about, we need to create change. And the only way that we are going to create change is if each and every one of us takes responsibility to know that it is my responsibility to increase the industry standard for a number of reasons. But if you accept that it's your responsibility as much as it is mine, then we are going to be able to come together, have these conversations, and not be hiding anymore, because that's essentially what is happening. People are hiding and not talking about, hey, this is what I'm getting paid. What are you getting paid? Or what do you ask for when you have a contract? Because that's actually how I discovered that I was charging way too low, because all I had was this standard to go by. And the more events I went to, the more spaces I entered, I was kind of looking for those answers, and they weren't there. And so I decided to step up and be the one to create this space. And so I want to invite you as well to be a part of that space. And as I said, this is about becoming the change maker. And the only way it's going to change, as I said, is when we realize that the things we are accepting as language educators, the pay that we are accepting, when we don't negotiate a contract, we automatically influence these standards to remain the same. By not getting uncomfortable and by not making the others uncomfortable, we are saying that we're okay with this. And I don't know about you, but I don't know about anybody who is okay with getting burnt out because they're only charging something like, $20 an hour, whatever, and hence needing to work back-to-back lessons 7 days a week just to be able to afford to live. That also means that the person on the other side, your clients, cannot get the best value. They cannot get the best of you. And so in this mastermind, we're going to be looking at topics like understanding your value. How do you even determine that? How can you not only determine your worth, but also express that? We're going to talk about how to negotiate contracts, how to attract clients, how to stand out as a language educator, and how to essentially understand what you're about, how much value your services have, so that when you're negotiating contracts, when you're going to obtain clients, you don't have these fears. You're not there doubting. And also, what do you do when you are faced with an opportunity where the person is valuing you at something lower than what you're willing to accept? How do you walk away from those opportunities? That's not an easy thing to do. I recently had to do that, where I had an amazing opportunity, but when I gave them my rates, they weren't okay with it. I negotiated, and still, at the end, I walked away from this opportunity because it didn't align with what I knew I was worth. And let me tell you, from the language coaches that I've had in my holistic language coach training program, every single one of them struggles with this thing. And so, as I said, if no one is talking about this, I want to be.